everybody, rideshare reseller here. It's the day after the 4th of July, which is always a lot of fun. I had a good day, some family over, just enjoying the day and what it's all about in America. And it was kind of a day of reflection for me because I was very patriotic yesterday. In my mind, I was thinking back to 30 years of me owning my own business and then kind of trailing off on that one and taking about a 3-year hiatus of trying to figure out maybe what my next venture was. So anyhow, we'll talk a little bit about that and eBay and in general. And this will be another sold video, so I'll talk a little bit and then we'll have the sold video. And we're going to open up something that I bought a while back, and I don't know what it is, so we're going to open it up here in a minute and see what is inside of it. So anyhow, I was talking about being patriotic and all that stuff, and I was how my business was open for 30 years, and I kind of got tired of it, and you get burnout, and you have to ask yourself some questions sometimes. Are you having fun anymore? And if you're not having fun and it's not in you anymore, then it's time to move on. And that's kind of where I was in mine. If you're working out there, imagine yourself 30 years further down the road. It's pretty tough to do that sometimes. 30 years at a company now is pretty unusual. People are always hopping around. And the reason is they get bored or just don't like their boss or whatever. So change is good sometimes. And as my wife said, she thought that eventually I would probably figure something else out to do entrepreneurial-wise, and it looks like I finally have found that avenue, and it's been exciting, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I've got that entrepreneurial spirit back. And for a while there, I just didn't have it. It was, waning, and maybe it was just the overall burnout of owning a business for 30 years. So now I've got that back, and I was thinking the other day when I was driving, when you Uber drive and Lyft, you kind of in between rides and stuff, you do have some time to think. And I was just thinking about how, is it easier now to open a business than it was when I opened a business? Can you make more money today faster? That maybe that's kind of the object that I'm getting at. And I want to say yes. Finally, I think yes in some respects. And the respect I mean is not in a physical retail space setup. That is still difficult and will always be a difficult avenue to go. But I finally have kind of realized that yes, this gig economy where you can start a business virtually and you can hit millions and millions of people is very, very powerful. Back in my day, only way I would reach people was through advertising in the newspaper, radio, TV, and the horrible Yellow Pages. Because people don't realize we paid a lot of money for our Yellow Pages ad. My Yellow Pages ad was running about $2,000 a month, and it wasn't even a full page. So I was tied into that. That was the only way back then that you could advertise. So now you have this great avenue of YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, just so many ways to reach other people to sell your product. So in that respect, it is much easier to open up a business like what I am doing now and many others are doing, to get it running with less risk. That's the key. Is a lot of it is the risk you're taking. And I get back to that retail space location where landlords nowadays are wanting 5-year leases minimum, and the initial investment is huge. Here, the initial investment is just flat out minimal. Maybe a couple $100 if you have a couple $100 here and there to start this. It doesn't take a whole lot. I'm going to post a little screenshot. I don't know if I'll do it today, but I'll probably do it in another video of what I've done in the last 60 days. And I've only been selling, get this, since April, May, June, and now it's July. It fluctuates back and forth, but I have sold in the last 60 days about $12,000 worth of merchandise on eBay. Not bad. I think that's pretty darn good. And my ratio of sales to what I have active, I have over 204 sales, I believe, in the last 60 days, and about 250 active items. So I am selling product. So it gets down to that. It just gets down to, can you do it? Yes, you can. I mean, I was just, like I said, I was sitting around and thinking, what a great opportunity we do have now. There's a guy out there, Gary V. He's very optimistic about the future of the internet, YouTube, all of that, that it's still basically in its infancy, and that you need to get on board. I really do believe that. I think that it's going to be an interesting ride. And if you're doing it now and you just plan out 3 to 5 years and give yourself that little window and really work at it, I think you're gonna do just fine. It's out there, folks. This eBay reselling, Amazon, all of that stuff. It's definitely definitely a way to go if you have never started a business. So I mean, I'm finding so many cool ways to get intro videos done. I mean, I couldn't have done this years ago. I would have had to have someone come into my business, and they would have charged me thousands of dollars to do what I'm doing now, and it's costing me 30, 40, 50 bucks to do something, to create a logo, to create a intro to a YouTube video, those kind of things. So it's quite amazing. And me being at 57 years old, it's just it's wonderful. I'm having a lot of fun. My enthusiasm scale is way up there. I got my optimism t-shirt on. I'm ready to go, guys. I mean, so there's no reason that none of you out there who are sitting on the fence, you got to get out and do it. You just gotta do it. And I don't think you're going to regret it whatsoever. I think you're going to just enjoy it a lot. So if you're sitting on the fence, get your 2 feet moving down to those Goodwill, Savers, thrift stores, and so on, flea markets, garage sales. Hit them up, pick up those items, and start selling. So it's a great way, guys. I'm really enthused. I'm looking forward to the next 3 to 5 years. I'm going to keep pounding away on videos, and hopefully I'm just going to get better. So again, thanks for watching, and now we're going to get into opening up something that I found. I paid up for this. This is kind of silly, but I had no idea what it was. I'll show you what it is. So here it is. Okay, it looks like a Monopoly game, right? There's just nothing on the back. I mean, this has got to be like totally counterfeit, right? So I bought it for like $4.50. Yeah, but I had to see what it was. So we're going to open it up now, and let's take a look and see what is inside. All right. And it's a Monopoly game. There it is. It's really funny. I didn't even know it was their board. Oh wow, there's instructions. Let's take a look at the board. I don't know, is there a board in here? This has gotta be totally counterfeit. There's just no markings whatsoever. Right, there it is. That might be the instruction sheet, that is. And here we go. Alright guys. There's the board. It's too funny, huh? I have no idea. I mean, it cannot be officially licensed. There's just nothing. There's no licensing. This is like 100% a counterfeit item, I guess. Even Monopoly games get counterfeited, guys. Even that. Too funny. Yeah, look at the little cards. The game. Oh, look at this. The game pieces. They aren't even they aren't even the metal ones. They're just these little plastic, like little pawns, chess pieces. That's too funny. Too funny. Well, hey, $4. Heck, a little bit of fun. Off to the trash. All right, let's take a look at what I sold this past. Well, what I have sold recently. I just thought some good items for you to take a look at. So let's go up here and take a quick peek. Let me see if we can start with this one. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I got to get this to show on top. There we go. All right. Sorry, let me see if I've got this on here or not. Wow. Okay, let me just take a look here. All right, first item up for the day is a pocket fisherman. How many of you remember a pocket fisherman back in the day? I remember as a kid that this was Ron Popeil, and anyhow, he sold millions of these, millions and millions of these, and quite interesting. I paid $27.95. I didn't pay. I mean, I sold it for $27.95 plus $7 shipping. I paid $3 for this at a Goodwill. So old stuff like this from back then, look around because some of it sells, and this sold pretty darn fast. This sold pretty quickly. So let's take a look at my next item. All right, next item up is, I call these guys the Sham Wow guys. This is some of the guys that do those Sham Wow commercials. It was an H2O mop X5. Got this at Sabre. I believe I paid $15. It was brand new in the box. And I ended up selling this for $119.95 and free shipping. And it went FedEx, Smart Post, and to keep the cost down. But it did sell, so look for again, this is the key here, is new in the box. I would have never bought this used, but new in the box is a winner. All right, let's take a next. What is this one here? All right, this is not showing up in a big picture for me, but anyhow, this is again back to my 35mm cameras. This is a Minolta Weathermatic Dual 35 underwater camera, very clean and works. I paid like $2 for it. I sold it for $33 and $15 shipping, and so I made some money on the shipping end a little bit, maybe $5 or $6. So this was, $38. And minus my fees and all that, a good $30 net here, just picking up a $2-3 camera that people just discard because it's 35mm, and keep looking for those. They're all out there and you can pick them up pretty cheap, like I said. All right, this one here is a Bragg's Kodiak in an Intel Flow cold therapy unit for like a bad knee or a bad shoulder. I picked this up at a Goodwill, believe it or not, and it looked brand new, and it was $14.95 as I remember, right around there. I sold it for $80 and $20 shipping, and I believe it went to Canada. So medical equipment, but the medical equipment you find has to be in how shall we say, really good shape. It can't be junk. People won't touch it if it is. So it has to be in really, really good shape. This happened to be in very good shape. So that look for stuff like that. I've sold knee braces that are brand new that Goodwill gives away for like $5, and I've sold for $50. So keep looking for all that new medical use stuff. Here's another one. This was really, really a nice camera. It was at a flea market, actually the flea market that I'm going to tomorrow. And I got this for $4. Just a beautiful little Olympus Zoom 105 panorama. Again, it's an all-weather. That will really tip you off is the all-weather. That'll help you. I tested it. It worked just beautifully. It was sold for $57.95. and $12.65 shipping, and like I said, you can see how I'm selling these, so be on the lookout. All right, let's go to the next one. This is a good pickup too. I bought a bunch of stuff off a guy This guy had I don't know what he was doing. He said he was moving, and he had to get rid of all this stuff out of his storage. And he had unused VHS tapes, some old stereo stuff for the computer, you know, speaker setups. And I bought a bunch of stuff, and I managed to buy this one off of him for $10. Absolutely pristine Sony compact disc CD player. This is a beautiful little system. And I put it up for the highest price possible. I thought mine was beautiful, and I let it sit there. It took about a month and a half to sell. And I sold it for $129. $129 is what I sold it for. So look out for those two. You cannot beat those, okay? All right, this one here is for the Commonwealth picker. He's wearing a Titleist hat all the time. I don't quite play Titleist. I play TaylorMade, and I hit the Epic Flash for you, Commonwealth picker. The Epic Flash driver, if you people out there, you see those used, you probably won't for a while, but if you see those Epic Flash drivers by Callaway, those are going to be good sellers. It's a great driver. But anyhow, this is called a Sunday bag. It's like maybe you put 4 or 5 clubs in the bag and you just go around the golf course and kick it around. It's a lightweight bag, and I found it at a garage sale. It was pristine for $2. Sold really quick. It sold for $54.95 and $15 shipping. So look out for this type stuff again. Just keep your eyes out for it. Good sporting equipment, especially name brands like Titleist. You can't go wrong. I have found brand new a dozen of Titleist Pro V golf balls one time for $3 at a Goodwill. Those are $50 brand new. So, you know, it's amazing that they put this stuff out, but it's out there, so just keep looking. All right, I live in California, and I was at a garage sale, and I wasn't going to get out because there was very little stuff out front, but, you know, I was there, so, you know, get out and let them know you're looking. So I found these. I found the ballast. There were 3 ballasts. I'll have to show you those that I sold. But the ballast, and these are the lamps to grow lamps for like growing pot, because it's California, basically. That's what it is. But it can be used for other things. It's hydroponics. And these lamps, they kind of threw them in when I bought the 3 ballast. I bought the 3 ballast for $50. And then they threw these in. Well, I sold these. These are like basically 600 watt lamps, and I sold them for $55.95 right there. So I pretty much almost got my money back on the ballast. I did sell all the ballast. The ballast all sold for over $170, I believe, on the ballast. I'll have to check that when I post a video on those. But weird stuff like this, you can't be afraid of. Hey, the comps were there. The ballasts were showing up online. And there's a lot of people out there right now who are growing their own stuff, as they say. And I'm in California, and it shipped to somebody in California. It actually shipped about 40 miles from me. So that was that. And let's see what else we got here. Got 3 more to go on. All right, this is a good one because I'm gonna get back to ink, but I got to explain to you because I'm raw. I was very new at eBay. I mean at eBay, right? So I found 4 of these cartridges for $1.99 at Savers, and they were comping in the 30s, 34, that kind of thing. So this is before I knew that you could put quantity of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 10 o'clock at night, and I'm putting these up. I'm putting one up, and then I say, okay, when I sell one, I'll put another one up. Lo and behold, I mean, like 5 minutes, I sold this one, right? Gone. So I said, well, let me put the next one up. Well, the next one sold. I'm going, okay, this is crazy. So it's to the same buyer. So the same buyer, he didn't message me or anything. So I put the third one up, and it sold. So it sold for $29.95, $29.95, $29.95. And so I knew he wanted the 4th one. He'd take it, right? So I put the 4th one up, but I changed the price. I went $29.90. He laughed and he took it. So then I combined all 4 for shipping, and you know, now I know that if you do have more than one of them, you can put quantity of 4. But it was kind of funny. I sold, I like I said, I paid what, $10, $8 for, well, the tax at Savers. So I paid $10 for 4 cartridges, and within 10 minutes, I sold them for $120. And shipping, he was not far away. Shipping was like $7, $8. So, man, these ink cartridges are just gold. Sometimes you just wish you could find a whole big box, you know. It's like, but they're really good. So it was a funny little story about, you know, this is part of being new to eBay. You just learn these things as you go along. All right, and now we get into old electronics that definitely work, right? So that's what we're looking for here, right? So here we go. So this is a fax machine. I paid $9.95 at Goodwill, and I was just looking to make some money. It didn't cost me a whole lot to ship. I think it was only $15, so I was in $25 minus $60 minus the fees. I made $25 probably on this, but it worked fine. Now here was the interesting thing. There was no power cord. I needed the power cord, and I'm at Goodwill, and this is what happens at a lot of these places. They will bring in these this equipment, and the power cord may not be attached, maybe wrapped up and whatever, and they get lost, they get stranded. So what Goodwill and them do is they create that cord pile. So that's what happens a lot of times. Your item's cord is probably in the cord bin or on the wall or something. So I went over to the cord area and I said, can I see the bin? And I was looking at the bin, and right on top, pretty much, there's the cord. And I explained to the clerk, and the clerk said, oh yeah, you can have the cord. So I managed it. Without the cord, it was going to be either I was going to have to buy it or it was going to be tougher sell. So don't be afraid to go look around. If you don't see the cord, it may be hanging on the wall or in a bin somewhere, and you can ask the people there, say, hey, look, you know, I think the cord got separated when it was brought in, and that's usually what happens. So that's how I got it. This thing was really pristine. People still do use them. They need them. If you ever go into a FedEx, people are there at the fax machine. So they're using them still, and this one is in really good shape. And it sold. All right, this is my last item for this sold video. It gets back to sporting goods, right? Tennis rackets. Tennis rackets will sell if they are the proper ones. Again, it's like anything, correct? This is a vintage one from 1987. Prince Response 90. It was in very good shape with the case. And this sold to somebody in, I think, Norway, actually. And it was $49.95, $14.95 shipping. So the $14.95 was a wash. It was pretty much, that's what it cost me to ship to Kentucky. And I paid $2. $2 to make 50, and minus the fees and all that. But don't pass them up. They're a little tricky to ship. That's the only thing that's kind of crazy, because you can buy, there's tennis racket boxes, but that's why I'm always looking for the odd box. This is where it gets back to, I'm sourcing my boxes from a shopping center that has a very diverse thing of people dumping all types of boxes. So when I see the odd shaped box, I grab those, definitely grab those. And you never know when you're going to need it. And in this case, I needed it for a tennis racket. So, you know, I have several. So if I sell a racket, I'm going to have a box. And then I'll resize it down if I can and get it down to really, really small sizes. As a matter of fact, I resize so many boxes, and I just do it manually. I don't buy a resizing tool. I don't measure. I pretty much just bang, bang. So I'll have to make a resizing video someday to show you how I do it. I'm actually very, very fast at shipping. I can ship quickly. I just have a method of doing it, and I don't know if you call it coordination, but I can just boom, 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 and out goes the packages, especially when resizing. So I don't worry about the box. I can always get it down, you know, to the right size. So anyhow, that's everything that's sold, you know, or well, not sold, but has sold recently. You know, I'm going to put up, hopefully try and put up one of these one a week so everybody can see what I have sold, what I've sold throughout throughout the weeks and months. It's fun, and I'm having a blast, guys. My optimism is flying pretty high right now. I hope that you enjoyed the video today and got everything that you wanted out of it. I will keep making videos. I'll probably make one a day. And anyhow, oh, by the way, the books are gone. All the books. And the books went in 2 boxes. I got very lucky, real quick. I got very lucky. If any of you have shipped FBA, sometimes you know that Amazon will split the boxes up, and I had 100 pounds of books, and the books, to show you how cheap it can be to ship books via Amazon to them, I had 100, I can't remember, 100 something books, right? And it was 100 pounds of books. So 2 50-pound boxes cost me $22 to ship to Amazon's warehouse in San Marino, California. I was like, please, please don't split my shipment. And they didn't. All the books went there. So they're going to show up probably tomorrow or Monday, and then they'll go right into my account, and I'm going to make money right. Like I told you, I'm going to start selling books right away. I've been selling a lot of books. So that's another video, basically. I'll keep putting videos about my books. So yeah, thanks again. Hey, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you subscribe, it helps us. It just helps us continue to build. You know, we want to get this word out. I really do. I want people to be enthused like I am, and like Commonwealth Picker is, and all of these other people. I mean, there's so many. Look at Rally Roots. Look at Rake and Profit. All of them. They're just excited. Hey, because they know that it works. Okay, guys? So please, if you're on the fence, get off the fence. Get out, thrift and pick, and make some money. All right, guys? Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Thanks again.